Hey guys, Mark here, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video on the shop, sort of bringing you up to stream on where we've got with it. And so the other thing I've been working on obviously is the Euro. It's last step, you saw the last video, you saw me lay out, make a bunch of the templates for the bulkhead and the knees and that sort of thing, assemble those and grind it and get it ready to start to put it back together. And then after that video, I was really having cold feet about the bonding process. I was really super concerned about bonding 30-year-old or new fiberglass to a 30-year-old fiberglass. And I always preach and promote, don't be afraid to jump into any project and do whatever, try things and that sort of thing. And I do believe in that. But I also believe that there's a point where safety and common sense has to overcome that. And I decided to seek an expert in that case, especially, like I say, for the bonding process. So I reached out to Chris Spaeth, and Chris and John Spaeth are, legendary boat builders, with HydroStream and SRVs and so many different ones. And Chris said, you know what, Mark, I'm not really into doing those too much anymore, to be honest with you. But being that you've done all the dirty work, I don't mind doing that for you. Maybe we can work something out on doing some work on this Camaro and stuff. So anyways, to make a long story short, took the boat out there, and man, am I ever glad that I did, because what I learned was exponential compared to what I thought I knew. So let me just kind of turn the camera around. I'll show you what they had done out there for me, what I've sort of done since, and what we're still going to do moving forward. So here we go. Okay guys, so first step was bonding in the knees to the transom. So this is where I'm thankful that I went with those guys. Is they used a vinyl ester resin in order to do though, and it's I believe, if I'm not screwing this up, it's called Duracane, and it's an etching resin. So you see the green in there? It's like a putty that they made up, and John is a master chemist. They made up this putty, and it's an etching resin, and meaning that it really eats into the old resin to create that proper bond. So, man, they started by bonding in the knees. Then we glassed them in. Then we put another layer in the transom. There's nothing wrong with the transom, it wasn't rotten, but by glassing the knees in and then installing another layer of transom and then glassing it again, it's essentially like glassed in 3 different times. And then you can see the green putty up in there. So anyways, that was all bonded in, floor. Just as you thought we would have done. We flipped the boat over and then glassed the knees in at the top, and we glassed the bulkhead in at the top, upside down, so that they could really do a really nice job. I'm not really going to lay underneath there and show you. It's kind of, well, I guess I can. It's kind of hard to see, but nicely glassed in. If you wonder what all these streams are, when we had the boat upside down, we decided to end up water sanding, and that was the water sanding, water running in between the top cap and the hull. So it just shows how unsealed those are. So we're gonna wash all this, sand this, and then re-gel it all in here. But anyways, we'll come back to that. So the next thing that we did was in the corners of these STVs, these Summerford STVs, right here and here, Rourke had originally put a thin piece of plywood in there, and it was glassed in, and that's what actually started to rot out in this boat and around, I guess, the drain holes and that sort of thing. So when I was talking to Wally said I wouldn't put plywood back in, I would just glass it. So Chris, I don't want to say what he used because I'll probably screw it up, but I know he used some sort of like a triaxle matte glass, and he literally glassed like 3 more layers in there. It's super thick. Like when you reach in through the drain hole, oh man, it's 3/4 of an inch thick. So really happy with all that, super strong. Now, the next thing that we had done is, you'll see here, I've just started to lay out, my dash and that sort of thing here. So that's why it's protected in blue. This is carbon fiber. This is my Simrad screen. it's just sitting in here now that I haven't fastened it in, but just want to keep everything protected. This dash, because this dash originally had gauges in it, and then had a hole cut for this, when you grab the steering wheel, it was like, you could really move this dash. I hated it. It gave me a really insecure feeling when I drove it. So we went ahead and, let's see if I can get in behind here and show you. Chris glassed in a piece here. I think it's like a 12 mil piece, but this dash is really, really beefy now. So I filled in all the gauge holes and made everything nice there. Worked out good. Then we glassed in a foot throttle plate, because the old Summerford had like a piece in here, but because I wanted to add a console, I had to take that out. So we added this in here. And then when I got the boat back, I actually epoxied in this the Okumi here and made a nice solid mount for the carbon console. And again, I have to, you can see where I drilled it. I still want to go in and seal the holes, and then I'll epoxy or paint. Well, I can't epoxy. Sorry, I can't gel coat the epoxy, but I have a marine paint. But it's all getting carpeted anyway, so no big deal there. And I think what I'm gonna do here too, when I sit in the boat, I actually like my foot out here a little bit more. So I'm gonna have my friend Brian, who's doing some other stuff here for me that I'm gonna show you. I think I'm gonna have him make a plate, like an aluminum plate that's got a bunch of holes milled in it, so it's nice and light, that kind of slides here. Not even back and forth, but even this way, so that I can slide my Brendan foot throttle out over here to where I like it. So I haven't got to that point just yet, but I think that'll be kind of cool. I really wanted to buy like an in-control shifter or something super nice, but you know what, I'll be honest. Right now in this economy with, starting a new business, the exchange on the American dollar and all that sort of stuff, everything's so gosh dang expensive that I really just gonna work with what I've got. So factory Merc one is gonna have to do for now. So I am gonna put a speed wire switch panel in here with a master on off switch like I do with all of my projects. So that's gonna be really nice. And it'll fill in there, and then probably put like a cup holder or something down in there to keep my phone and that sort of thing in. So anyways, same with the steering wheel. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I have it, so I'm gonna make it work. So so structurally done, just ready to final sand and gel coat back here, and then we get ready for carpet. So now let me show you what we did with the exterior. So I was going to tackle the gel coat myself, and the gel coat's in good shape. It really is, but the process again of water sanding, starting with a coarse grit and and moving down. I mean, I understand all the process of it, just never really did a whole lot of it. So when it was out there, Chris said, you know what, it's here, why don't we just do it? We started doing on the bottom side, and so we flipped the boat back over, and then we went to it, and I'm super happy with how it came out. It's not perfect, it's not. I'll show you the flaws, but it's pretty damn good. So anyways, let me turn the camera around and show you what I got. So here is the finished product. I'm super happy with it. I think there was 3 or 4 steps used. Water sanding, I think we went, if I remember right, I helped Chris with it, but I think we went 800, 1,000, 1,200 to come up with this. And overall, it turned out really nice. You can see, this is what I learned about gel coat, is it's super soft and the dirt impregnates itself in. So you can see the discoloration. We could not get that to come back out. The camera actually makes it a little more amplified than what it is in person. You can't see it as much, but that's okay. We'll put the new numbers there. We'll just make a little bit more modern font. They will go there. Nice new STV. Same with the STV logos. You can see where they were. It's not shiny. It's just there's a discoloration in it that we just can't get out of it. So I don't want to paint the boat. The gel coat's in far too nice a shape. So we're going to make a nice new STV logo there, black and carbon, which I think is going to look really, really sharp. Next, we are going to, I took the original rub rail off. It's in good shape other than a bit tattered, but it's not bent. I still have to pop the front piece off. And it's over at the body shop right now. I'm gonna have the body shop paint it satin black. I just think that, because we're adding all black hardware on the boat, so I think the satin black will look really, really sharp. So, and then the nice thing with the satin black is if it does get beat up or a bit tarnished or something, I can touch it up. But this boat never gets left sitting at a dock. So, but yeah, you can see, like I say, the shine is really, really good for for its age. You know, the boat was good. They had done a couple gel coat repairs there for me, but and next step is my friend Brian Goodwin, the machinist who helped me. If you remember, he did some string steering components on my old Charger STV. He's making me a bunch of anodized black aluminum pieces. So starting with the rear light holder, or whatever mount you want to call it, that the light slides in, nice black anodized one to go here. The rigging ring, black anodized with the rigging tube out. This boat had the cap. You can see a bit of the discoloration in the red. That's about the worst of the whole boat. A little bit of an orangeness, but overall, like when you get back and look at it, it's really not that bad. Anyways, this boat had that big black plastic quarter turn cap that came out, as well as one of those, and I hate these boxes that guys use. They're like a black plastic box and then the rigging hoses go through them, or like the trim pump hoses. I hate those. So Brian is actually machining me a one-piece unit to go here that'll bolt down in the same spot. And he's gonna put a Drag Boat Garage logo in it. He can like etch it into the anodizing. And then here, I'm gonna have just the trim pump bulkhead connectors, like come through with bulkhead connectors, as I think that'll just look super, super clean. This area will be nice. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do here yet. This is where the factory ski pole, I guess, would have went. But, so I don't really know yet. I'll either get Brian to make me just a nice cap to go over that, or I might maybe even try and figure out how to put the fuel fill there. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see when the cell's back in it. So same here, where the steering lines or steering hoses pass through. This just had like a corrugated rubber boot that looked horrible. So that'll be a black anodized aluminum piece with a rubber insert that they pass through. And then same with the fuel tank vent, black anodized. So that's gonna look super cool. And what I'm super excited about is I really didn't know what to do with the cleats. It had two cleats on the side and they're really horrible looking. Let me just see if I got one handy. They're very 80s cottage boat chrome. I don't know, they looked horrible. The problem with that is the spacing of the bolt holes is too wide for any of those nice sunken oval, cleats. So I knew I wanted something black anodized. So Brian said, well, that's no problem. He says, I can make you like a nice flat sort of machined piece with with a couple of stanchions that'll lift it off. It'll have like a little bit of a curve to it. And it'll just be for small rope, which is fine. So it'll sit very flush to the boat. And he said, I can even put your logo in it if you want or whatever. So he's making those for me too. So man, I think this is gonna be a cool little resto mod of a boat. I really do. It's gonna be super clean. The modern 300R, the boat's gonna be strong. And anyways, I'm super excited. So that's where we're at with the Euro now. I've been busy in the shop working on customers' projects and whatnot, so I'm hoping to get back on it here. I got to start setting aside, one night a week or something where I just work on my boat. Spring's coming quick, and I want to make sure that I have it ready to go, and I will. The 300R is tucked away over in the corner there, ready to go on. So, anyways, that's where we're at. I'll, as I get a bit more done, I'll try and post up some more videos. Now that I'm pretty much here full time now, I do have a bit more time, and hopefully I get a little bit better at posting a little bit more regular. So again, as always, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. And as always, thanks for following along.